Not displaying himself. He is famous. Not asserting himself.
People create gods when they wonder why things happen. Do you know why things happen? Because gods make them.
Not boasting his power.
Want to know how to make good things happen?
He is
Good
effective.
God. You give a little, you get a little. The simplicity of that bargain has always been appealing.
He is cheap.
You only matter in matters of war, and there's not going to be
Because he is competitive.
We have the guns, we have the firepower. You have the swords and knives and hammers and stone axes. We fight to win. We don't fight.
Saying that the men of old
You die out,
is not
either
a
way. You are the passenger pigeons. Entitled streams. Nobody cares about you. So you could criteria on that. Or we'll wait you out and give you a whole thing without a fuss.
People create gods when they wonder why things happen. Do you know why things happen? Because
sparing indeed is nature of its dog. The whirlwind will not last. The cloudburst ends before the day is done. What is it that behaves itself like this?
Foolish child.
The earth and sky. And if it be that these cut short their speech, how much more should a man? If you work by the way, be of the way. If you work through its virtue, you will be given the virtue. Abandon either one, and both abandon you. Gladly, the way receives those who choose to walk in it. Gladly do its power. Those who choose to use it well. Gladly will bend grief.
you're a boy.
Those who abandon grief. Little faith is put in them whose faith is small. On tiptoe, your stance is steady. Long strides make your progress unsure.
Sweet.
Show off and you get no attention. Your
Swiss.
boasting will mean you have failed. Asserting yourself brings no credit. Be proud and you will never lead.
I think that's misinformation. LaVey never denounced the Church of Satan, or never admitted it was a scam of any sort.
I don't know. I actually have read about the guy, and
That was just someone critical of LaVey, maybe. But yeah, if you read his writing, he's dead serious. He's never denounced it to his death.
okay. Maybe I got the wrong info then.
People often say I look like Anton LaVey because I'm a bald white asshole, but I kind of find that insulting. I think he was kind of ugly.
Do you have like one of those weird mustache and beard, that mustache that like connect to the beard? Do you have that on your face?
I do.
Oh, that's really cool look. Yeah.
I mean, I read a lot of Crowley, and so like in terms of like esoteric symbolism, I mean, I don't take it literally. It's just like to me, it's just like science fiction. So, but it's pretty complicated. But I haven't really read any Anton LaVey books. But I just think it's like shock value, like you can't make it in publishing, so you have to, you know, go low or shock. You have to create a controversy to be successful, somewhat.
So like, yeah, Aleister Crowley, he's like an occult guy, right? Or some weird occult thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a Satanist.
I think you can say that it's satanic because it's all Baphomet and 666. Um, but it's almost like math where they're squaring Jupiter into Saturn. Like it's rather complicated astrology, you know. But it's just like communication. But there is math in it for sure. So it's like taking the natural world, applying these esoteric symbols to it, making it into logical formulas, and then like wondering how any of this is even possible. is it just like insanity and stupidity, or is it like a way to essentially describe, our reality and consciousness?
Um, okay. Yeah, it's just. Well, I don't know much about Crowley. I just saw a lot of meme and or people talking about it. I actually have this book though, like somewhere here in my pen drive or hard disk. Never read this book, but I got it near stores. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like a lot of philosophical people are essentially ecologists. They recognize the importance of the environment, and you know, I think Elon Musk, taking us to Mars with a spaceship so he can put a YouTube video up is a waste of our fucking money.
Oh, you think Elon Musk is wasting, our money sending us to Mars?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So, what's your opinion on Elon Musk running DOGE?
It's good. He's rooting out waste, fraud, corruption, abuse, lies, propaganda. It's all cultural Marxism, history revisionism, reverse racism. It's, a waste of our money. But then the irony is, what was that?
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, yeah, I agree with him. And they're also going deeper and just cutting out this post World War II order, cutting out the order of rules that was set in end of World War II. So there's a lot of stuff that's uncomfortable for people, but Europe can go fuck themselves as part of that agenda. So it just hurts the feelings of all the newspaper readers.
Yeah, I mean, when I say like we're wasting money going to Mars to put Optimus robots on Mars so we can create videos for YouTube, essentially we just have to admit that we are like creating artwork all the time, and it's a waste of money. I mean, what we need is gold, we need silver, we need platinum, we need housing, we need clothing, we need food, we need sound currency in this country. We don't need to go to Mars.
Clean water, health,
Yeah.
Clean water, lack of toxins, get the toxins out of the food, get the toxins out of the vaccines. We need to eliminate chronic health problems, decrease them.
I saw Augustus yesterday had a room on X. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What is that guy's name? Bhattacharya or something?
Yeah, Jay Bhattacharya. I don't think they'll push back seriously against him. He's very clean. So the RFK followers will do as he says, and I think he's a great leader. I think he's my favorite for who to succeed Trump. Everyone assumes it'll be JD, but
They were saying, I saw Kennedy's doing a CDC investigation into child autism or autism and, connection with vaccines.
we gotta look at that.
So, like, if they put a toxin in, like mercury, to essentially agitate, to create an immune response, I mean, if that's the only way to do it, like, then you have to have a fine balance of not too much and just enough, like, to bring you just above the threshold to, to get the desired response. So it's like, how do you... That's the thing about the vaccine, like with COVID-19, it was like, it is not variable medicine. It's just one fucking solution for everybody. Like, I don't understand, like, it's 2025, everything deals with variable solutions. And so how the fuck could they possibly think, that one solution or one platform medicine is okay for everybody? It's just like goes against common sense. It's insane.
it's like, do they need 30, 40 shots before H2? I mean, that's a big question too in terms of total dose. The mercury thimerosal, I think they've gotten out of most of them. They're using aluminum and other things as inflammatory compounds. So, yeah, which ones are needed? He's getting shoved into the corner on the measles outbreak, though. So he's kind of, I like his response. He's providing cod liver oil and vitamin D and various supportive medications for the kids.
Yeah, there's so much fake news that comes out about him. I don't even know if that whole Cheryl Hines thing and the sexting thing is real. You know, it's like that. I mean, because basically big pharma and big media want to destroy him. So like,
Super attractive guy, and this lady was big time hoe on the excuse my language. She was a big time loose female on the circuit, and so it's I wouldn't fault him for falling into that after a workout where he did like 50 pull-ups.
yeah, but I mean, who knows if it's even real? The point is, like, fake news is gonna fake news, and he is the target. I mean, because he's essentially going to prevent hundreds of billions of dollars, you know, going into fugazi medicine, or just, you know, blanketing big pharma with lobbyist, you know, reciprocation. So he's enemy number one. He's always been enemy number one.
Like the Trump Stormy Daniels, it's like, even if it's true, no one cares. You don't even lose one vote, maybe even pick up some votes.
Yeah, I wonder about that Stormy
Right,
Daniels thing too. Like, was that ever really real?
I mean, he cut the check.
Yeah, that's true.
She described his anatomy in clear detail.
Do you have any opinions on how this tariff stuff is going to play out? Because I feel like all the big multinationals, they make way too much money outsourcing everything, right? Like, they're really going to bring those jobs back.
Tariffs are a great thing. I don't know why we.
They brought back the Honda Civic, bringing back all sorts of stuff. So they'll bring back some jobs. Maybe not, probably not all of them.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with that. Like, once I learned how, because remember, most people, even in our families, right? Like, we're not the corporate elite. Like, they might be like a machinist or an engineer of some kind, right? And if you don't have engineering jobs here, or jobs where we actually make stuff and everything's just service based, I don't think you can. I mean, maybe you can, but it'd be. Maybe I don't have the economic imagination to see an entire economy just driven off services, and we use a couple other countries to make our or manufacture our stuff. It just seems like a very strange way to live. Like, when you don't have primary control over the production process and are highly reliant on other countries providing the manufacturing at dirt cheap prices. I feel like eventually the balance of power shifts over time, because ultimately the person or the group with power is the group that has control of the factors of production, in addition to other things, right? Other things being equal, I should say that, but even though they're not ever equal.
Well, the tariff will bring some manufacturing jobs back, and just as Utah has said the factory that it will move to U.S. to avoid the tariffs, and then also the tariff has the effect of decoupling and de-risking China. Can moving the manufacturing and other productions out of China into other countries, and then but effective way is actually to increase the competitiveness of U.S. manufacturing, and the obstacle to that competitiveness, a great obstacle, I should say, is the privilege the union is enjoying. So we should get rid of that. Tariff is only a kind of a temporary tool to fix that, and it's not a very
Are we doing coffee?
effective long-term tool. So
Are we doing coffee today?
it can be used as a tactic, but you cannot use that long-term. And to substantially and substantively and the persistently resolve the issue would be to divest the privilege the union is enjoying.
Those are good points. Yeah, I was listening carefully there. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it is a tactic, right? It's the first next step in trying to change the economic dynamics, at least globally.
Yeah, political economic situation. Because we cannot trade freely with a country that is intent to destroy it. That's not a good strategy.
Yeah, I simplify it for myself, like in terms of thinking like, oh yeah, the U.S. like we have great ideas, right? Because we promote entrepreneurship and have a really good environment for like innovation. But like if all we do is like have great ideas, right? Like we have brilliant people here, and they say, all right, we need to manufacture this at scale. Well, if I always think of like countries like as a friend, right? Supposed friend or frenemy. A country that owns the like a 3D printer, right? In order to make your idea real, they have you over the barrel. It's like, hey, we have all the 3D printers, and you guys don't want to pay people to run 3D printers. So today we feel like jacking up prices a bit more, or again, it's about who controls the factors of production. That really is it. I mean, I'm ignoring obviously like militaristic components, but I know that isn't irrelevant. But I try to think about like the fundamentals of what makes a country wealthy.
Yeah, I mean the thing is what makes a country wealthy is if it has the free market, right, and then the freedom to trade and all. So you can have a natural division of labor. The crux is that
please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but
are
supporters
trying to kill you. That's not a voluntary. It's not a free market. So long as it's free market, everything's fine. But if it's not, then it's just gonna wreak havoc. And I mean, we can change that. We can change that in two ways, right? That choose who you befriend and strengthen your own strength, right? Strengthen your own body or whatever you say that. So first, you be careful. You selectively trade depending on how choose your trading partner depending on how your partner depending on your partner's intention, right? And then second, you have to strengthen your own competitiveness. Now, in our case, has to get rid of the union privilege. So that the second part is very important because that increases competitiveness whether labor market or other markets.
everything is possible for me because I believe.
I appreciate that, your insight.
God's word is medicine.
Yeah, I mean, I know these things. take decades though to play out, but it is good to at least try to think about them, critically from a high level. But like another thing that I'm like pivoting hard here, Nancy, because you're on. Have you known like from the outset like all the LLM AI research was really just it's like they reached a ceiling pretty quickly in terms of the improvements that can be made towards creating, what is it, GAI or
AGI. Yeah. Well, the thing is that
fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get
AGI
nothing.
Is
You
imminent.
lose.
No,
Good
we
day,
don't even see a shadow of it. So
They're a cheat and a
yeah,
swindler.
the current
That's what you are. How can you do a thing like this? Rip it up on little boys' hopes and then smash all his dreams to pieces.
They
You're an
can be very good
monster. I said
assistants,
good day.
secretary, very capable secretary and librarians, but they cannot
Let's get out.
think
I,
actually
the
do
undersigned,
decently.
Mhm.
So
So I want to show that Britney
there's a-
Spears has the craziest
unless we
Instagram
change the
you've ever seen.
architecture,
She loves
and we still don't have something viable in sight. So, yeah, and it's not to say that AI will not become AGI in the future, but not now.
All right, cool. So I've been on the right track. Because I've just had this sense like, oh man, it's so hypey right now, and it's very frothy, and I know it's a money grab, but I always like, man, if they have all this capex in there already, and they people who control resources get sunk cost fallacy, they might need to keep the hype going for a little bit in order to.
Yeah, I mean they want to reel the customers in, right? They paint you a picture, a great picture, and then so you can invest in and then buy their products.
Fucking.
I generally like it is right. You're good for like secretarial work. I prefer using like for my work. I use Mathematica or like Wolfram Alpha. I know that's not like the kind of AI people are used to, but it's a form of like, I don't know, it's automated problem solving, right, with the assistance of a computer. And it never really, like, it can solve the math problems I give it, but it doesn't have the insight to be able to give me something clean. So I use its ability, like you said, to like, be a good secretary, right? A librarian, sort all the terms out, do all the algebra I don't want to do. And then I like look at the steps where it's like made things nice and tidy. And then because I know I'm looking for like a good approximation of like a hard, solution, like a solution that like entails something crazy like with like the Lambert W function. Actually, like it became a part of my solution. I was like, well, I don't want to implement that. We want something that's just a good approximation. But I couldn't tell Wolfram Alpha, this is what I'm looking for, give me an approximation instead of trying to, compute this crazy thing that isn't that useful in practice. And that's to say, like, I appreciate its ability to sort, do the sorting librarian work, right? And then from there, you can use your insight to step through its sorting process and say, hey, I can, take a detour here and use my, like, actual knowledge and creativity.
Each one of us, therefore, is
Right,
really,
yes.
as we feel ourselves to be, the center of the universe. And that would be true whether we were living on the planet Earth or a planet in some other galaxy altogether.
The free-write version or the
No, I used the paid one.
the paid one. Is it they
You're
call it
everything that's going on.
I thought they
You
call
are
it
a particular
Mathematica.
place.
Well, Mathematica is the full-blown software program. I generally don't have, need that level of computing. But the paid version just allows you a bit more computing power and, time to compute and do the symbolic algebraic manipulations. Because usually I just don't want to do the algebra. They don't pay me to, do algebra. If I can speed up the algebra, I can begin to identify like certain common terms, and I can chunk things together, and I can say, here's the general form.
Right, yeah. That's interesting. Is your paid version web based?
Yep, it's web based.
Okay. How much is it?
It's so little, and I get so much value out of it. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
okay, $20
It might be like
a month or $10.
I think it might be $10 a month, something like that. It's like it's
Okay.
yeah. I don't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can.
Yeah. But I get a lot of use out of it. Just being able to like explore. I don't know, solving different differential equations. Like, I don't really want to solve this. Like, can this even be solved, or is there no solution? Like, is there a general class? So it helps me like do that quick kind of exploratory work, and I appreciate it for that.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, interesting that. I mean, the thing is, like the W function, because it solves the differential equation or something else with a special function. So, but I mean, if you want to compute the W function, you can always ask it to compute it. I mean, numerically, you can always compute it numerically, right?
Yep, you can always compute it numerically. But for our problem at work, my boss was like looking for approximations, and that's what he's doing. And he was using like discrete time methods, and because I have like the most expertise with continuous time methods, I went about solving it that way. And he wanted something to be able to compare it to his procedure, which like approximates the policy functions when he's doing the reinforcement learning. He's using linear, so he wanted like something that he could compare. So I need to give him the best like linear or second order approximation.
Okay. Yeah. What kind of work are you doing? I'm just curious.
Oh, I'm a quant in finance, but I work on creating retirement income and retirement investing strategies.
Interesting. So you use PDEs or ODEs?
Mm-hmm.
Stochastic?
All the time. Yeah, all the time.
Is it stochastic differential equation?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I suppose you use is it are you using it to compute stochastic volatility?
No, I don't have to worry about that stuff. That's for the traders. I'm more so in modeling the way people save money and the way they spend it, and how, in general terms, at a high level, how the equity markets evolve and the bond markets evolve.
Okay, that's interesting. The nod kind of so you do it with ODs, deterministic ones, or stochastic?
I switch between the two. Like, I'll usually start everything deterministically just to get intuition for what the solution for like the best way to save money or the best way to invest money would look like, given like some assumed dynamic. And then I'll go to the stochastic version, which usually like entails nothing more than incorporating what we call the volatility drag. It's just when you do the Taylor expansion on when you look at the differential, the total differential of a random variable, you get that. You get the volatility term when you're looking at the square of the random variable.
So you mean like the Ito lemma?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just usually it means for my purposes, because again I'm not a trader. What we care about is just getting like the coarse grained, on average behavior.
Similar to the Palestinian refugees, it's gonna be very surprising to me.
No, I think Julian understands the problem, Shime. I don't think that he's arguing.
No, not. I'm just underlying the hypocrisy of the world when it comes to the Palestinian issue or the conflict with Israel.
Yeah, just because it confuses me because they don't have a claim and they don't have the history because they keep showing indigeneity. But, I mean, there's Hebrew inscriptions everywhere. I heard in Israel, so and that's been untouched. So I mean, they've been there to maintain those enough to have like a presence. Because if I'm correct, there were Bahari Jews and even Christians.
Or by obviously performing better, like making better things, better investments. But the easiest way is just to grow your basic capital, and the surest way to do that is to get a
basic
group
capital
of
by
employees.
charging the management fees, right?
Exactly, but think about how sure this money is. Like, oh, let me get a group of 50,000 employees, all have 401ks, and every 2 weeks they're giving me more money to manage, which grows the basic capital.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, that's. I mean, once I realized like the game, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not like this. They're not even doing anything. They're just charging a fee on.
Exactly. Well,
I hate to be cynical. I'm in the industry, but I became, when you stay long enough, right? Like,
absolutely. I'm just wondering why these the retirement account 401k investment ever want to get a management. Unless you want to, let's say you investing buffet like in the Berkshire Hathaway. Why?
I'll tell you why immediately. Like it's going to be very it's going to be non-financial. The reason that employers who sponsor the 401ks want to hire an asset manager to do everything, they want to get rid of the liability of mismanaging their employees' funds and thereby being sued. So they want to just that's the reason why.
Why don't they just invest in the index funds? Right? I mean the indices are SEX or even QQQ or whatever. Just be done with it. What's the point of hiring a money manager?
They still have liability. They're deadly afraid of being sued. That's the overarching force driving their behavior.
Right. But what I'm saying is just let people manage their own thing.
It's interesting, right? So the U.S. created a system that, the financial industry kind of influenced it, right? They lobbied and corporations, they wanted to get rid of the liability of having to provide defined benefit plans, right? And shift everybody over to defined contribution plans, which is just to say that the company isn't responsible for saving for your retirement. You're totally responsible, and the company doesn't have that liability on its books, right? They want to get rid of those things where they have to pay pensions. But at the same time, they say, "Oh, it's your responsibility," but we're not going to allow you just to invest your money with the 401k, tax privileges, how that money is tax deferred. Instead, they're going to outsource it to an asset manager who then gets to make money on your money while limiting your investment choices. I'm really just shitting on my own industry right now. Let me stop.
No, you're completely right. I think this is like just a ploy for the financial industry to gain their money, the surefire money, and the name of taking care of you. This is.
But it's integrated. It's more than that. It's not just about the industry. It's really about municipalities in many ways too. They're all connected.
Oh yeah, they're in bed all together. It's just disgusting.
I don't get why we, like an individual, like working person, shouldn't be able to have all the privileges of a 401k, and just be able to invest in their own personal account. But you can't do that.
Exactly.
They intentionally limit your investment options.
They just intentionally. That's exactly the point, right? They limiting your the ability to manage your own life, and then they profit off of that. The whole thing basically saying, "Hey, you're so stupid. Let me let me manage your money, and then I can take a chunk of it out of it." It's just so cynical. I mean, not cynical, sinister.
Yeah.
If there's a stock
I
market,
work for one of the good guys, though.
if there's a stock market crash, and I'm sure there will be because these baby boomers are not going to be unscathed, you're going to have a psychological crisis on top of the financial crisis. So I've often thought like if a very progressive municipality that had huge pension liabilities and was trying to seek yield in the market to continue to pay those future pensions, if they were to just dissolve their relationship with their asset manager and essentially pull out of Wall Street and say we're no longer doing a matched retirement package for employees and all, and literally pull it all out, I mean, it would be like the best thing for the taxpayers in that area. But it's like impossible to essentially stop chasing yield. Like CalPERS, in California, they're like the world's largest pension fund. I mean, it's like it's if there's a stock market crash and say it drops 30%, they can't pay out those pensions. So it's like just try to sell when the market is high and get out of this future collapse, because you'll be saving these people who need that money. You'll be saving them. Like they're not going to get it. So it's like the recipients can't say, okay, we want to pull out. So there's just like, you see what I'm saying? Where it is essentially the Wall Street and asset managers have to keep making that 1% a year. And it's kind of not criminal, but it's just corrupt because the contracts, with the municipalities and these asset managers, it's like they're not going away. I mean, but I'm just saying it would be beneficial for the taxpayers if they could actually pull the plug on it while the market is at the high.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, basically the government inclusion with the industry intentionally prevent you from doing that, and they basically stripped of your freedom.
Well, imagine if CalPERS could sell at the market high and then pull out of the market, and 3 years later after the crash get back in. Like, there's just no benefit to the taxpayer or to the employee because it's just not dynamic enough, and it's just so static. It's just like tracing or tracking the market. The whole thing only works because of the Federal Reserve. And the fact that the market is worth as much as it is only because of the increase in the money supply. So quantitative easing is essentially has inflated the entire market cap. I could show you 1,000 corporations right now that have no earnings per share, and the combined market cap is like $1 trillion.
Yeah, but we know we can't say that out loud, and in a room of the asset allocation committee or something. Like, these are things that have to be said.
I know, it's crazy. It's like you might be the most brilliant mathematician and software developer in the world, but the truth of the matter is the whole system is bullshit, and it's all because we don't have sound currency.
Yeah, that one gives me chills every time. Like, I literally have the chills now. Like, when people start talking about the like how sound the currency is or unsound it is, like that it's like a fish like swimming in water and not being aware that it's swimming in it. Like, that drives everything else.
Yeah, it's the root cause of these everything. I mean, maybe not everything, but 90%. Just the fiat currency, and then they can inflate it any way and any form they want.
I think there is an equilibrium though that is like very hard to see, and then even if you think it's not sound currency, you could say that everyone is essentially collecting art or creating art, and because it's not gold, platinum, or silver, and there's no real like labor put into the currency, everyone is essentially chasing artwork and they don't know it. Like everyone who gets in their car and drives 2 hours every day is essentially going to sit in a workstation so they can continue harvesting more artwork because the dollars are just canvases and there's sacred symbols on them which we give a lot of weight to, but essentially everyone is going to work every day for a canvas which is I don't know 4 inches by 2 inches or whatever the dimensions are, and the the canvas, whether it's 150 or a 20, it's still the same thing. I mean, we're like hypnotized. So I think that the Federal Reserve is technically a communications corporation, and it's really just like a mass hypnosis, and it's the source of our problems, but it's also the source of our expansion. I don't know if humanity would be where it's at today without fiat, because be it damned, it is also unique in the sense that it gets us all to do things as opposed to just becoming like meditators and pacifists. It's like it keeps us in a chronic state of anxiety.
Finally, actually ready to talk politics and some real shit, huh?
Everything is a double-edged sword, including yourself, Dr. John.
Right. Are you done with the trolling, or are you actually taking the shit seriously now?
I just was making serious comments. Are you trolling, or do you have anything serious to contribute?
No, I was shocked. I'm surprised that you're actually saying something that is real. I mean, sensible, like that. I'm used to you trolling for literally since I've been on this app, so I'm just shocked by it, so keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're in a good place with Trump. I think he gets it, and hopefully he gets it. I think Elon Musk is constantly telling us the truth about how all increased government spending is just more taxation on the population. But, we are 350 million warrior patriots, and, China and India combined are 2.5 billion people. And it's a big world, I mean, that's the thing is if you're an internationalist, I don't know, patriotism isn't really as significant to you if you're just a nationalist. You realize that you are the world, you're not just the United States of America. So currency manipulation in China, India, USA, like I don't know how these central banks do it. They must be doing data and research and sniffing and finding out who's cheating the most and saying, well, fuck it, if they're doing it, we have to have parity 1-to-1. And I think that is probably what a lot of these researchers at Federal Reserve do. Is I don't even know if they do forensic accounting. They might just be a bunch of like I don't know. Does anybody know anybody that works at Federal Reserve? Like, do they actually do, forensic accounting and find out what China and India and Russia and like all these other central banks do with their currency? Like, do they, how they manipulate their economies or how they manipulate other economies? Because if you have the ability to cheat and not be exposed, I mean, you could just buy up Bitcoin. You could buy dollars. Like, you can do you could buy things in Wall Street. You can manipulate. You can use fake money to buy stocks and take over boards and control industries. I mean, that's the way fake money works.
Well, the thing is, what you said about the fiat currency, I don't agree. You don't need fiat currency. Gold works fine. I mean, even though the best currency would be just like everything on a free market. You should be able to create your own currency and then let the currency that works best survive. And the next best thing would be just use gold. And fiat currency, it's no good because basically the government can inflate it any way it wants. And the inflation is the root of all evil.
I was gonna say it's the path to hell, but you know what made me sick when I discovered that the big banks actually get to charge the Federal Reserve a fee for creating money when they put it in their banks. I said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
You
Think
mean
about it. The Federal
repo, right?
Yes, the Federal Reserve said, okay, we're going to print some more money. You know how they do it. They buy bonds, right? And they charge the Federal Reserve a fee to create money that didn't exist.
Well, but the fee is actually, because Federal Reserve want them to charge a fee because that's kind of legitimize printing money. You see what I'm saying? Because
That's what I said. I'm over it.
The fee. What is the fee? It's just money. I mean, so hey, so Senator Brent just says, hey, here's some money I can print for you. Here's IOU, and go use it. That's the way it's being money. But it legitimizes the printing. Otherwise, you say, hey, I print some money, you go get it. Well, that's not very good. So you can cover that up. You say, hey, you're doing me a service. Here's your money.
I encourage people who are interested, in viewing, understand the monetary system from a physicist perspective. This physicist at College Park, UMD, he's I think a Russian dude, and he physicists, they're taught to think about things from first principles and think logically.
Exactly.
If something doesn't make sense, but this guy, he pins it down. I'm like, man, and he even said before he wrote all this stuff, he's like I had to make sure I got tenure first before I took this side road and explored these ideas. He said that's why it's taken so long for you to put this stuff out there, which makes sense, right? They don't want some quack on their faculty. Who's trying to get on their faculty, but you guys can find them. It's UMD, physics professor, monetary theory, something like that. You'll find it, and he lays it out beautifully. I'll put it in the chat. It's beautiful the way he lays it out, and I was like, man, I haven't heard a better argument than this than when I read what was the book, How an Economy Grows and Crashes. Okay, that's fine.
In high school, your career counselor, in college, for your career or finding a job, nobody's ever have you thought about working at the Federal Reserve? It's the ultimate place to work. The pension will never fail. Everybody else's pension might fail if there's a Wall Street collapse, but the Federal Reserve can just keep paying you. So it's just it's so disconnected. I think that the Treasury and the Federal Reserve have to merge, and the U.S. government has to take ownership and management of the Federal Reserve. Having private meetings and having secret laws and secret international dealings and memberships and governor boards, there's no transparency. It's not we the people. It's we this global bank that member banks are all part of. It's just it's so disconnected, I feel and there's no transparency. There has to be an audit or a dissolution, and a combination.
Yeah, well, the inflation, how people take advantage of inflation is basically if you don't know how much money is going to be printed, and then they print at the rate that you don't know, you don't anticipate, and then this is and also the people profit the closer the profit from the inflation, the closer to the source, the more you profit when the closer you're to the source, which is basically the Federal Reserve. So that there's a proximity. The profit is inversely not proportional, inversely a decreasing function of distance from the Fed. So the first layer would be the banks they're getting that repo, right, and then it goes out to the other Wall Street firms and hedge fund and all that, and then go to the Main Street firms, and then the last one is the consumer. If everyone, inflation is basically it's like the speed of propagation. Speed is always finite, and especially in our economy, it's a viscous, like a viscous fluid, and then the speed is quite slow. And if you inflate all at the same time everywhere, then there's no inflation. I mean, there's no bona fide inflation, because everybody knows when to inflate, and that's no inflation. I mean, the point is that the propagation speed is finite, and then some people get the inflation earlier than later. And the later you get, the more basically, or less profitable, or more damage you sustain. But that's the purpose, and nobody knows. I mean, not nobody, but not everyone knows what how much inflation there is, and how fast the inflation is.
I mean, inflation is like a day-to-day thing. Like, I just went to CVS to buy some Miller High Life. 12-pack of bottles was $9.99.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not a day-to-day thing. You probably don't understand.
No,
what I'm saying. And the inflation is, you don't know what the exact inflation rate is. You're not anticipating what the inflation rate is, but that's the whole point of the not knowing, not letting you know, is the whole point of inflation.
Mm-hmm. Check out the chat link I put. That's Thomas Massey. He's a congressman from Kentucky. He put out a bill called End the Fed. He wrote, Americans would be better off if the Federal Reserve did not exist. The Fed devalues our currency by monetizing the debt, causing inflation. And it's kind of confusing when you hear monetizing the debt. It sounds like profit making, which I don't think that is necessarily what it means. Devalues currency by monetizing the debt. Like, what does he mean by monetizing the debt?
I'll have a look.
I don't know, it's like easy to shit on bankers, you know, and think that they're not virtuous, noble people, but many of them are. And so, really, if somebody is stealing at the bank, like, that's when shit breaks down. Because, like, I have banknotes from, pre-Federal Reserve, and there was no standardized dollar. And so the credibility of that bank is essentially the accounting and center of commerce for that community. Like, if it's a bunch of farmers or something, I mean, once somebody starts stealing from the bank and then people come back to collect, I mean, the whole thing is terrifying. So when you realize we're $40 trillion in debt, it's just stealing by another way, so I don't know. I don't fear the future, because it's all made up anyways, meaning that, like, our the dollar is not linked to gold and silver, so it's just like shit rolls downhill. So America is at the top of the shit hill, and everybody else, I mean, just look at, like, African countries, for example. I mean, it's like, can't get any worse than that. So if you're in America and you're an American, I mean, you're essentially enjoying the benefits and the fruits of 1945 and the construction of civilization after that.
Are we? Because when I went to Mexico, I felt the food was a lot cheaper, a lot healthier, a lot better. Everything was cheaper, besides the fuel. I feel like, I got a glimpse of, like, different culture, and maybe they're not perfect, certainly not perfect, but I thought, man, people need to go. I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I have a girlfriend down there. We go there every year. Anyway, I've been doing it for 5 years. It's fucking beautiful.
Well, it's fucking beautiful.
Because you're American. Damn, man.
It's fucking beautiful. It's only because.
Listen, man, the food is better.
I know,
yeah,
but just
no.
How many
my girlfriend lives there.
Dying.
She listen. My girlfriend fucking lives there full time.
Yeah,
she loves it.
John. It's fucking beautiful because only you.
And Jalisco, and
It's only because
What?
you.
My girlfriend fucking lives there. She's lived there her whole life. She's lived there for 23 years.
She's happier because you, as a gringo, visit her.
What? I only met her 5 years ago.
Yes, but it just kind
Are you
of.
talking? Are you talking about a prostitute, John? You're talking about a prostitute, right?
No.
Dude, you keep dipping into the matrix.
My mom met her on a resort because she works on a resort. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm probably dipping down, but no, man. Like I'm telling you, people do enjoy Mexico. They got good weather in certain places. Puerto Vallarta is beautiful. You're a fucking moron if you think everybody just walks around hating Mexico. You're an idiot.
Nobody said that.
The greatest.
All right.
Nobody said that.
But now, you were saying the Americans enjoy it. Yes, right. That's testimony to.
Mexicans enjoy it too down there. They love it.
Hold on, John. Now what you said earlier is testimony to what I said earlier.
You didn't want me finished, by the way. You're just a dipshit, I guess. I was trying to say that, things are cheaper, their food is better, and, and it's just not everything is good in the hood in America, and our things are more expensive. We have shrinkflation. We have a lot of problems. I just don't fucking think that, America, don't follow this bullshit that you come to America and fucking you're just going to benefit off the top and everything below it is just shit. That's bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. Like, if that's just crazy. Like, just by the money alone, how much it costs. We've lost control of our fucking country. We're controlled by the military-industrial complex and pharmaceuticals. I'm a conservative. I love my country, but, our government has ruined this fucking place. We can't fucking go anywhere without sticking our nose in a war that we gotta pay for. Europe has got great health care because, motherfuckers, we're busy paying for our defense to defend the world while you guys are fucking enjoying the benefits, dickheads. Like, you know what I mean? And then we also get taken advantage of on trade. It's ridiculous. America is great as a country. As a nation, what it's supposed to be. But we have lost sight of it, man. We have our politicians are
is sacred, is holy, and something that shouldn't be touched by everyone or should be put upon a pedestal, then we would say this person is insecure, this person lacks respect and has low self-esteem. And if they lived in a society of a market, they would feel less than if they wasn't bought or sold. And now if we look at what I'm talking about as women, a lot of them are insecure little demons, just waiting to be hugged. But the problem is they just don't want to be hugged. They want to be hugged within. And men can't touch that with their bare hands.
Can I chime in here?
And on that way, it's about the accuracy. And then about the European.
People can't afford a house here, man. Like, my parents want to build a house in Puerto Vallarta because they could build a nice house with a pool and an elevator, a fucking roofside pool.
You need your ass beat.
They need a
we not perfect like Christ. You know what I mean?
I didn't say y'all word. Look at how you
calm down, sis.
You telling me to calm down and you yelling. I'm so confused.
My man got hype. Christ wasn't perfect either, though. No, listen. No, Christ was
perfect. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. I bind and rebuke that thing.
So, John, tell me about yourself. Introduce, please. Kids, wives, ex, current, pets, hobbies. What are you looking for? So we can see, are we on the same page?
Hi, Vicky. It's a lovely accent you have there. It sounds like you are headed to your car and walking through a lobby. Never married, no kids, no pets. I like the beach, not the mountains and skiing. I like the gym, not the bar and the football. I like flowers and breathing. So, if those all sound good to you, then maybe we're a match. English as second language.
Let's have a bro.
We need one. We need one.
Let me do this right quick.
No. Let others speak.
I'll do that. Listen.
I couldn't hear what Philly was saying. Philly, what were you saying?
Take a breather and relax. Let others speak.
Let Philly speak. Let Philly speak.
Listen, bro. Hey, man, let Philly speak. Hey, Philly, watch me first.
Welcome to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People, talking about nothing, wasting time, aka an ESL room.
You see what I'm saying, my nigga? Y'all cool with that shit? You see what I'm saying? That's why we just laughed about that. He just had to but then when niggas just really trying to bring out shit out, you cool.
Disobedient men have been ruining God's plan for the earth and mankind since day 6 as outlined in Genesis 3. And I just feel like y'all need to accept that. Y'all need to accept the fact that God told Adam. God gave Adam.
Oh, thank God Princess ain't a moderator. Otherwise, we'd be here all day with this bullshit low IQ people talking about nothing.
You're not here to be talking. Have some fucking decorum. See you unruly niggas on this stage. Anyway, so God gave Adam, he gifted Adam with a partner, right? A woman. And then he told Adam, don't eat of the tree. Hey, Phoenix, don't eat of this tree, right? So then you mean to tell me that he out walking around with Eve? Because see, I never do that, right? They don't ever tell you that part. You got to read it for yourself. They don't tell you that Eve wasn't by herself. It's not like Eve came across the serpent and the serpent tempted her to eat the fruit. She ate the fruit and then she ran over to her nigga and was like, oh, hey, here's some fruit for you to eat too. No.
Are you projecting your own misery from the Garden of Eden onto us right now in this room, Princess? Are you a descendant of the Garden of Eden? Are you Eve's mom?
Control yourself. So they're walking together, and they come across the serpent together. And this serpent is having a conversation with Eve in Adam's face, and convinces Eve to eat of this fruit in Adam's face, and she eats it, and then she turns to him and shares it with him and gives him some. And then when God comes and calls Adam out from amongst the bushes and asks Adam, why did your ass eat the fruit that I told your ass not to eat? Then we want to be like, what? No. Adam was supposed to be governing his household. Adam was supposed to be the head of his house. Adam was supposed to make sure that Eve knew better. And in that moment when Eve was being tempted by the serpent, why did Adam not step up and be the man of the house and say, no, we're not going to eat of the tree? I'm almost done. Why did Adam not step up in that moment and say, no, we're not going to eat of this because God told me not to, right? He wasn't governing his house like he's supposed to, and that's why it took Jesus Christ dying for us to be made perfect, for us to be made whole, right? So then when Jesus comes back, now we have these instructions on what it is to be a husband and to be a wife. Now we know now we know that husbands are supposed to love and lead their wives like Christ loves and leads the church, right? So my thing is, why is it so hard for you?
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Princess.
I got 2 questions for Princess, but go ahead.
You go first. I go after. You go first. Let me speak.
No, she on the phone now.
I'm here.
Okay, let me.
I'm here, but my mom calling, so make it quick. Or hold on. Let me take the call. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Phil. So what you mean that Christ was not perfect? That's my question to you.
We don't have no proof that he was. I'm not saying.
Okay, this is the Honey Badger Saturday Barbecue Roast, starring Honey Badger. See if he shows up. Welcome, Kimberly. This is a room created for Honey Badger so we can roast people. Chris. Welcome. Welcome, Dr. Domino's.
Welcome to the Me Movie World Premiere 2025 with your host, now subscribed, narrating Chris Constantino. Let's have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, everybody. Peace, love, happiness, and joy. Let your mind at ease as you immerse yourself in deep meditation of the Tao Te Ching and Alan Watts. Let's go. Let's get this weekend started, y'all. Kimberly, we see you in the audience. Would you like to come up?
Chris, I need you to go to this room. I need you to go to the Talking Apes. Copy this URL. Actually, let me just mod you. And I'll do it. Just stay in this room.
You want me to go to Talking Apes? Copy the link and pin it here?
No, let me do it, and then if it doesn't work, I'll have you do it. Oh, Zach is here. All right, stay in this room, Chris. Don't leave, okay? I'll be right back. What up, Zach? Did you see my Pepe photo last night with my buddy Max and my MAGA hat?
So if you set me to hell, I'm sending you to hell too.
Right.
Shut your ass up, Fry. I think that we're allowed to question God only simply because I don't know the Abrahamic gods are the actual God. So I think that we can question any God we want to.
Thank you, because he told us to question every spirit that come among us, to question every spirit.
Do you guys read books? Can you read books, guys?
Yeah, we can. I can bring you some scriptures if you want me to bring some scripture with just Christ.
No.
Yo, Zach, you want to come up? I'll just make this the room. I can't find the room I just created and told what's his face to stay in.
What are you trying to do?
Do you know who Honey Badger is on this app?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I said no.
Oh, he roasts theists or Christians or Jews or anybody who wants to sit there and talk about the sky god. And it's just kind of funny. So it's like a show.
Does he self roast as well?
He says he really likes the concept of self roasting and he can't stop thinking about it. And oh wait, is that it? Yeah, hold on.
Who's Throbbing?
Okay. Throbbing is the fake Christie account, I think.
Oh, okay.
So the Honey Badger room is open. I don't know. Honey Badger isn't going to show up, apparently. He's obsessed with the other room.
I was in there. I saw Chris. Is that my Chris? The Chris I know?
No, Chris is Alan.
It's not Zenimini?
No, that's a different Chris. Alan is...
I'm not.
No, Alan is just another dude.
Hello, Abdul.
He's Abdul.
You remember the Abdul guy?
Is it Yusuf?
I don't know. Alan.
Is it the guy who calls you? Is it the guy who calls you Coach?
Yeah. It's my.
Coach, yeah.
It's my meditation.
Okay.
My meditation partner.
Yeah.
I know that guy is Yusuf. I don't know if that's his name or not, but he's Yusuf to me.
Yeah, my real name's Alan. So Alan goes by that.
Well, I don't know if Honey Badger's going to show up. Yeah, Chris, go in that room. Go in the Talking Apes and say, hey, now set up a Honey Badger roast room. He's asking for a Honey Badger to come in and co-host.
What'd you say?
Or is he actually saying that you are like God? You are the same as he is. Like, what are you saying when you say we are gods?
I'm saying, because in the Bible it says we are made in God's image. We are not the God that is just to be worshipped, but we are God in the sense, because we create life, we create stuff.
Okay, you are God. Why do make children have cancer? Can you answer me?
I told you. I let them have cancer. I let them have sickness because they have past sin. We have past life. We have past.
Why you gonna make the children have the cancer?
That shit's crazy.
If they God love you, you don't have a cancer. Dude, did I tell you about Pigeon BBC? Do you know about BBC Pigeon?
Mm-mm. No.
You don't know about BBC Pigeon?
Nope.
Okay, you gotta follow this page. You gotta. Here we go. He better make peace and slap you with truth than to kiss you with lies.
Are you gonna panic?
Slap you with then kiss you with the lies. Oh, no, good morning, all. Today, proverb not for your comment. Okay, here's another one. Hang on. Oh, wait, I fucked up. The Economic Community of West African States say them they are on track to achieve one single currency for the region by 2027.
Oh, you gonna pin a link or did you put it in the chat? Oh no, never mind.
Where did the big single currency and who can help? Who help? Anyway, it's a BBC news page where they write all the headlines in Pidgin African.
Mm-hmm.
30 years after the Beijing Declaration, many women still face barriers where they limit their potentials. That's a news headline.
It's kind of amazing how, like, as a native English speaker, to have to listen to, like, non-native English speakers, you're just kind of, it's like an upsetting experience.
It's painful. Yeah. All right. Put the link in the chat.
What did Throbbing say?
A lot of times the headlines are good. The profile is think before you speak, assholes.
You're actively trying to sue him. You're so funny.
Telling Zach, shut your fat fucking mouth when talking to sold haters like Elena. Who's Elena? Is they are actively trying to sue him. Think before you speak. Sue him for what?
I tried to get Honey Badger in here.
Nothing. It's just, I know, he's not going to come. He's not going to come. But Throbbing, nobody's...
Throbbing, come to the stage.
Throbbing, no, he doesn't talk. Throbbing, no one is going to sue me. It's all just Clubhouse, like, roasting. That's really all it is. Because if somebody sued me and actually spent money suing me, and, like, I'm in an uncollectible status, they would be wasting their own money. And so I've put that out there a couple times.
That would be a self-roast.
That would be a self-roast. So it would be
a massive self-roast.
Yeah, and I would, like, it would be hilarious because, like, if somebody did sue me, it would actually give me more credibility than it takes away from my credibility. And so I would make it media fodder, and I would just, like, create tons of videos about the people that are suing me. So it would be the reverse Barbara Streisand effect. I hope people understand that. Yeah, they're low IQ and stupid, and thus every room, we've already firmly competitively reframed this app. There's, like, nobody here anymore that can outframe our frame. So, Abby and Roger at 1.1 and 2. Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny. I love it because, like, that means that I am the antagonist to supposedly the most successful people here on this app, which is, a nice, fun thing to do.
Who's late?
Sorry, you're in the Matrix. Can't hear you. Oh, he's ratting you out. Zach was giving them all the names of all your accounts. Yeah, he was ratting. Throbbing ratted you out once to me before. It's the same shit, though. I've heard it all before.
He ratted me out?
I don't think you're, like, ratting me out, because, like, I would actually prefer that you promote my stuff and tell everybody all of my profiles and say, here's all the YouTube.
Do you want me to stop using your name?
No, I'm a public person. I'm a public persona. You can use my name as much as you want.
I mean, I can call you Edmund if you want. I just want to use your real name because I want to be respectful to you.
Yeah, you can call me John. I mean, 100%.
Yeah, John. Well, Throbbing ratted who out? Me? What did he rat me out about?
Well, he cleared it up. He said he didn't even realize he was doing it, meaning that you were telling Abby and Roger or Dr. Jordan or whoever. It really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
I didn't rat you. You're my nigga.
I know Throbbing is trying to cause conflict when there's no conflict. Oh, he says you're genuinely clueless.
You can't stir up conflict. If you're a third party, you can't cause conflict between two effective communicators, because you and I can simply communicate effectively.
Yeah.
And you can be like, oh, I haven't talked to Dr. Jordan in probably 2 years. I don't spend time with those people.
He wants to diagnose your narcissism. Oh, he's pointing out that they chew on their own tails. Yeah, I know. That's life. We read books here. We try to engage in new communication.
I just wanted to lovingly warn you. I almost crashed into you. No worries. I figured it was like, oh, maybe the job is off. It's fine. Just beware. Okay. Oh, sorry. Was I unmuted for that? I didn't mean for you guys to hear that, but you heard it.
Sorry, I just put on a pot of coffee. I got this new Pineapple Express cannabis yesterday. It's fucking amazing. Zach was giving them all the names of your accounts, genuinely clueless, and pointing out how they chew on their own tails. They're potentially dangerous as he runs someone over on the street. When I didn't need to hear his thoughts on anything ever, just helping out. If he can close his mouth and think, peace. So what's Jeff's problem? He has a drinking problem. He sounds always drunk. Are you talking about Jewish Jeff? Miami, Indianapolis Jeff? I don't know. He seems like a cool guy to me.
Wait, what? Throbbing is in another room now?
Yeah, he's in the Honey Badger Saturday Barbecue Roast House.
Oh, I see.
Mike wrote on YouTube, imagine being 45 and showing off your Pineapple Express on YouTube Live. I know, that's what my life has come to. Sorry, Mike, it's not exciting. I don't know if you want to come up in this room, but it's the same shit. Thanks, Mike. Mike forgives me for being pathetic, but this is what God's will was, I suppose. Doesn't mean I'm not trying to accomplish things here with this YouTube Live. I would prefer to be reading books with people.
No, I just came here to read the comments about myself.
Yeah. Throbbing is, don't take anything seriously, because Throbbing is a pussy who can't actually use their voice, so, you know.
Well, it's weird when he said, I didn't need to hear his thoughts on anything ever. You don't need to hear anybody on Clubhouse. All of this is voluntary. All of this is optional. And in fact, it is a horrible waste of time. And so if all you do with Clubhouse is listen, I cannot understand that. It's like listening to an awful podcast, like a boring, endless podcast. The only fun part for me is that I get to interact. Oh, now he left. What a fucking F word. I'm happy to just block Throbbing. I'm just going to go ahead and block him. Block.
Block, 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 block.
Block. Okay, now he never has to listen to me again. What a loser.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
There's an Arabic newscaster that went viral for her saying, like, to block people. She goes, block, 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 block. It's so cute.
Block, block,
So, yeah.
block, 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 block.
She's like, block, 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 block.
All right, so this is the Honey Badger Saturday Barbecue Roast Room where we are roasting people.
Wait, now, listen. I decided to go through your YouTube, and wait, who's this calling me? 1 second.
Oh yeah, should pin a link. We've got last night I had 1,000 views on YouTube Live, which is pretty good.
Oh, well, listen, I hope you make your money, but I went through your YouTube, and I was like, let me do some of the dates while I was away, and I put it in a transcript, and I searched my name, and you said my name 29 times, not you, just like you all in general, 29 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were like we told you. You went
were
viral.
Talking about, like, it's upset. No, but it's like, and one of the things, I didn't read too much of it, but I saw that I decided that I'm a 2 out of a 10. I think that in your eyes it would be better if you just go for 0 or 1.
Sounds good. Abby Eba, welcome to the room. I mentioned Noura Bandor 29 times while she was locked up. And she wants me to rate her a 0-1 as opposed to a 2. Welcome to the room, Abby Eba.
Hey, what's up?
So, Princessia, Abby is a true fan. She thinks that your music video, where you go through the notebook with the music, that she thinks that you should. We were talking about you today, this morning, so you can make that number 30. We were saying that you should technically try to create more videos, like music videos, artistic videos. Yeah, have more, do more creation and more creativity, more creative outlet.
Sorry, I was texting.
It doesn't matter. You can check. You can check the. You can just check the transcript. Just check the transcript.
Okay. Abby, are you still close to Kate's?
Yeah, we are close.
Okay. I saw her yesterday in a room.
Yeah, she told me she spoke to you.
She had quite a lot of. But you know what I really like? I like engaging. Zach, do you ever do this? Speaking with ChatGPT. It's so smart. By the way,
Do I, like, have a conversation with it?
yeah, like it analyzes things. It analyzes so well for me. I love it.
No.
Like, for example, like, this is what so I had a conversation with it that I started a while ago, just about my mental well-being, because I wanted to get some thoughts on some stuff, and I
Check the transcript. Okay, we're meditating in silence. I really just don't want to, on Shabbos, listen to people unnecessarily. You know, people are very animated. They love to be very loud, and it reverberates in my brain like a rock in a crystal skull shattering.
don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance...
Let me put you onto something. Getting your degree online. No, but seriously, this is something a lot of people sleep on.
Who are the procrastinati?
I wanted to tell you actually she was nice to you. I think she's more upset with you than worried about with you.
Listen, Diego has nothing to do with this. Diego was trying to tell me.
Yeah, you should tell her it's not my thing, but like I don't think she wants to attack you.
I agree with you about the creative outlets. I try to do that, but I think my family kind of gets scared because I express things that are way too personal sometimes. But it is what it is. Like
Nora Vandura podcast, Reputation Management Services.
I mean, that's what an artist is, right? It is a little exposing to the truth, but at the same time, if you have the talent, you have the talent. And like I said, I appreciated the video, and it doesn't have to be a video per se. It could be painting or writing or.
I actually made what I did like about my stay was that we did art. I wasn't talking to anyone else because the police were waiting to arrest me, so they
Reputation
were very
Management
protective
Services.
of
The
me. They
Nora
wouldn't
Vandura
not
podcast, Reputation Management Services.
Because they were waiting to arrest me, I couldn't do like things outside of the unit. I had to stay on the unit because they didn't like have it. When I went to court, they had to escort me because they didn't want the police to arrest me on my way to court. That's in the NYPD. But I did some drawing. I did some artwork that I really like, and I'm looking for it right now. Share this. It's a little bit wrinkled, but tell me what you think, okay? Okay. I had to take that photo.
Do you have to come back to New York for court
You're gonna laugh at it.
That's okay.
It looks like a child did it. I hope it doesn't cut out. It looks like a child. Do you see it?
Oh, this is cute actually. I like it. I really like it. I like the water. It looks like other letters.
Yeah, it says Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
It's nice. I like it.
And here's this other one that I did.
So I just gotta ask, do you think that the two of you actually have more in common than you have differences?
We're both Jewish.
No, I mean, like, I know, I'm on these dating apps. I see women in their 40s and their 30s. My point is, like, we're all kind of have a lot of similar differences, meaning that, like, we want to figure out the formula for happiness and success and family. And, essentially it's self-preservation and personal responsibility, or what's the word I'm looking for? I guess, is it self-preservation? Meaning that, like, you are fully functional, that you're self-supporting, that you don't need help or services to survive or thrive, meaning that you are a leader, you are educated, you are compassionate, you are well-balanced, meaning that is what everybody should want or wants. And so thus, as young ladies, like, you're looking for family and career, and success. So I don't know, do you agree with that sentiment or do you disagree?
I disagree.
That's my next photo.
Yeah, nice color. So, you made this in the hospital?
Yeah.
What are you using?
That was, what is it called? tell me, name some things, and I'll tell you. Because this one,
Like
if I
pesto,
yeah, exactly. That I eat pesto.
Don't
And
pesto.
then I also made this one.
So how do you guys think, are you guys like friends now?
I don't have anything from Sappy. Okay, let's see.
Why are you shit starting now?
What about Issa though? Because like the two of you both don't like Issa. Maybe you're both united in your dislike of Issa. That seems true.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't have anything against Issa. Issa is just a bully, very bullying towards me. Okay, this I can't fit all in one, so what should I do? It's okay, maybe I won't share that one. I'll just keep my profile.
Emma, you don't have to be jealous. You'll be my friend too.
I'm just trying to create some content because this is getting boring.
Okay, well, we can talk about something.
I have nothing against Issa either. I don't like. I think she should be more mindful of what she says, since she has a really like she makes good money, and she's in the sports industry, and you can't call Palestinians animals on social media and think that it's acceptable, and interact in the world of FIFA where people in the soccer world, they love Palestinians. Just look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a big supporter of Palestine and Palestinians, and he's the biggest soccer star. So yes, did I tweet that about Issa? Yes. Why did I tweet that? Because
Oh, she's suing you. She's suing you.
No, she's not.
What, suing me for what? Like
Defamation of character.
actually doing.
But she has to prove that she said it. But,
Well, she said she's lawyering up. She had to get a lawyer. She said that.
No, she's not. She's just talking.
No. Listen. She needs a lawyer because I 100% have a recording, and I 100% am sending it to FIFA. I'll probably do that today. I just need to get the email. I would have done it on my Twitter, but they deactivated they suspended my account that has the ability to put like a long video. So I have to do a short video. Or maybe I'll just post it to my YouTube and then put a link. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll upload it to my YouTube.
People look at Candace Owens's Instagram and X. She just links straight to YouTube, so it's like platform to platform to platform.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna link it to YouTube, and so that way, that's what I'll do. I'll just link it to YouTube. And I mean, the thing is that I don't understand about the people that are being mean to me is if you genuinely, if you genuinely believe that I'm not well, that I'm mentally ill, why are you bullying me?
Well, I think you're maybe see, bullying is an opinion, and so that's a problem right there.
Not you.
No, I get that. I get that. But Brincesia, you're engaging in political speech here. Not in this room, but in a lot of other rooms. So bullying is a part of politics. And
I'm not talking about that, friend. I'm not talking about that.
Listen, Brincesia, mental health is an index. You're having a coherent conversation. You sound fine. You are, you are doing victimization. People are bitches and people are cunts, and get ready to fight because that's life. So no one cares about your mental health status.
I'm tired of being a fighter.
So be a lover. Be a lover then.
Yeah, but I have to be a fighter.
Okay, then be a fighter, but don't complain.
I said I want to be a lover, but I have to be a fighter.
Well, you can be both. I don't understand.
You're not listening to the semantics. I
Really?
want to be a lover, but I have to be a fighter.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well then don't complain in my room about it.
I'm sorry you feel that I'm complaining.
You are complaining. You're bitching and moaning, and you're double-edged swording, saying, if people think I have a mental health issue, but they're bullying me, who the fuck are they? It's who the fuck are you?
I'm saying, if I thought somebody was not well, I would like show compassion to them. I wouldn't be.
I know, but you got to understand, you're engaging. You see, you're not listening to the semantic. This is political speech. If you are pro-Pally and other people think you're a terrorist, well, get ready to fight, defend your position, and it goes both ways. I mean, you know, you can't play the victim and say I'm a lover, but I'm a fighter.
No. I didn't say that.
But that's my opinion is that you're kind of listen, you're kind of egotistical, kind of narcissistic, kind of self-centered, kind of you think you're right about everything. So, you know, welcome to your roast. Welcome. You're going to self-roast and I'll help you roast. I'll make fun of you. So get ready to be roasted. That's life, you know? Can you roast other people? Can you roast yourself? The point is, you know, you think you're right about everything. You think your position is supreme to other people's positions. It's not. It's equal or less. So, you know, this is your wake-up call.
Can you give me an example?
No, I'm giving you my opinion. And if you don't like it, I don't need to present evidence to prove my opinion. It's my opinion.
No.
You have your opinion. You're a bird in a tree chirping and you play this little you know, song that is, you know, sounds nice.
Song about me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just calling you out because everybody should be called out. And you think that, you know, you can't get called out or something. You have an issue which is truly yourself. And again, yesterday, you know, we kind of proved that you can't change the world. You can only change yourself. And so, thus, you're engaging in politics.
Let's read something.
Okay, read something. Go ahead.
What should we read?
I don't know, whatever you want to read.
Okay, let me go get my MacBook. Where did it go?
See, you may have a mental health issue, but you're not stupid. Your brain is working. You know, the fact that you can shift quickly and say, okay, I am engaging in political speech and no one wants to engage with it and they're calling me out on my bullshit. So now I'll just revert to reading something. But if you pick something stupid and annoying, I will roast you immediately and refuse to listen to whatever you're reading, which I find to be of low value.
Okay.
Quick frame!
I have the option for my Kindle, or I'm going to see what books I have in my fake office. Let's see. Oh, you probably wouldn't want to do this, but I love it's probably too much for you. Well, I can't read it to you. I can't see it.
Lever action rifles, skeet shooting illegal. Those things are high fire rate. You can shoot like 10 bullets in about a second. Have you never seen
With a lever action? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. They were trying to limit fire rate instead of the firing mechanism, and it was such a big problem because the firing mechanism is what is actually illegal.
I never heard about that. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it did not go anywhere because once people started pointing out, the sports shooting, that's all you're basically outlawing, because even a semi-automatic AR isn't going to get to the same fire rate as a freaking lever action. Those things are amazing.
Yeah,
it made 22 illegal.
Yeah, man, this Pandora's box has been opened, and they're never putting it back. So these stupid attempts, as far as guns have been made, they're never taking that ability away from us, no matter how many laws they stack on it. No matter what they try to do, people are always going to have firearms. We're always going to.
Yeah, I do think fully automatic being taken away too.
Pause!
something that dissolves the law. I'm not sure how it's supposed to law in the first place. Yeah, I guess because people are scared of that they're just going to break the law.
I wanted to ask why it was that you didn't give me a name drop. You name dropped,
to make sure these
you know,
things are safe.
dishonest, disinterested, really boring people, but you couldn't name drop me.
Who did I name? I didn't watch the video.
No, she's talking.
Nobody's
He's talking
brought a case
about
up yet. Nobody's like
the
proposed it, but I think eventually we can
Sutton
get that.
Ashton.
That's what I mean.
He called him out because I can't
What are you doing?
I'm doing shit. What are you doing?
Because you're copying us from kind of
starting for some drama, and that's why like Issa always felt.
And I'm wondering why.
I actually
I don't know. I'm bored.
and I cussed him out.
I'm creative.
You know why Issa doesn't like you?
You're talking to me
You know
now.
why Issa doesn't like
Or
you?
you?
You know why Issa doesn't like you?
No, he's
You're about that motherfucking life!
Okay, I don't get
You be
this.
all about that shit. You stay in our business. Bitch still has
Why you
to pay.
shouting? You died because of heart attack. Don't shout, my friend.
Listen to me, how you fucking talk to me like that? How can you betray me like that? I'm trying to build a reputation for myself on this app. You fucking guy.
Even Abby, my best friend. Hello, Abby. How are you,
Oh my
Abby?
God, where did you come from?
You guys don't know more. You guys don't know Morpunk. Morpunk is #1 consultant at Accenture guy. He's my good friend. Do not put my good friend in the goo or I will boom this room.
You know where he comes from. Come on, you know where he comes from. He's from Mumbai.
He's a very funny guy. He's a very smart guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've known
Well,
that guy
anyways,
for a while.
Lawrence, what a ride. What's your take on all this? I heard rumors are that you're still in love with Diego. Is that true?
Oh, of course, I love Diego.
How could you do that? How could you, I mean, I'm not asking to be critical. I'm just saying, tell me. Help me understand.
Why can't I not love Diego?
I mean, what is he, I need to be brought up to speed. What happened here? My understanding is you were supposed to meet with Diego, right?
No.
No?
Diego got sick, and he was really sick, and he told me that we should change our reschedule.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I just got in trouble in the courthouse while prosecuting a case because I was questioning a witness, and you did exactly what that witness did, where I asked you a very specific yes or no question.
And so no, the answer is no.
The answer is yes. You just lied. The answer is yes. He was supposed to see you, but then he canceled. He changed plans on you.
No, he didn't cancel. We just rescheduled. But
Okay. So initially, you were supposed to see him, and this is the part where the lawyer got in, the judge and I started arguing. I was like, I'm gonna ask specific fucking questions.
Yeah, initially the reason I even was gonna go in that region is because I was meeting with Diego.
Okay, so the answer to my
that was
question
maybe our
yes.
second meeting. Yeah.
Okay, so did you guys sleep together on the first meeting?
No.
Okay. Did you talk about sleeping together?
That's kind
you don't have to answer. Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. Sustained.
I mean, I have no problem. If it feels right and it's right with God, because I don't want to do things that are wrong with God.
All right, I shouldn't have asked. So you were initially supposed to meet with Diego, and did you go to the location where you expected to meet Diego, or is that location completely unrelated to Diego?
Unrelated to Diego. What happened? I went
Would you ever
to
lie to
the
me?
airport.
Would you ever lie to me?
No, because I don't need to lie.
Hold on, let me just check with my lawyer. Abby.
Yeah.
Would she lie?
Abby, yes or me?
Abby. The real
You're
Abby.
wrong, Abby. You need
The real Abby. I'm trying to
You
confirm
enjoying
my
this,
counsel
Dr.
right now.
Adams?
Can
It's
you
pretty
please keep your
funny.
voice down?
It's a roast, basically.
Would she lie to me? Would the witness lie to me?
I just want to remind everybody that this is a roast, and what Diogenes is doing is wonderful. I hope you appreciate it, Princessia. It's for your benefit, not for your detriment.
No. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it because I have a case, and I want to be mindful because this is, obviously being recorded. But
I love the name change of the title.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Mommy's
Daddy's
home.
home. Mommy's home.
You guys are such a fucking fake people hanging out with this 50
Jackson!
I didn't move him down. But Diogenes, I went to JFK, and when I saw JFK's airport, like I was leaving from JFK's airport.
Like I said, this bitch is fucking crazy, and you guys are associated with this fucking psychotic med addict bitch.
I don't take medicine, but okay.
I don't care. You're in a psych ward. When you just prove you're wrong, you're a psychotic, narcissistic bitch.
What's going on, Bussy? I didn't know you had beef with Nora.
I don't like her. She's psychotic, and we all know that she's psychotic.
Okay.
I want apologies from this bitch now.
Well, I'm gonna take this recording and send it to your employer.
I don't care. You're gonna have a court trial. By all means, I am recording this right now too.
It's
So
already being
against
recorded.
you.
Go ahead. Just
You
show how
are a
you
terrorist. You are threatening everything. You're psychotic.
Alright, well, Nora, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm sorry to hear that you still think...
You're threatening people. The fact that you're on the internet here threatening people here is just deliberately mad, and you should not be on the internet. You are not...
He might be right about that. He might be right about that. You might want to leave the internet. But either way, either you leave the internet or you stay on the internet. I'm glad that we got to enjoy the content that you created. And you know, I wish you the best. Send me photos of you and Diego's little baby. And yeah, what a great
Oh my
little
God,
content.
Diogenes, before you leave.
But Diogenes, before... Wait, Abby, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Why were you asking about, like, whether I'm in love or love Diego? Like, why is that relevant to any of this? I have so much respect for him.
How dare you?
No, I just don't understand what the rumors are. I just respect him, and I even care about him. But it's a very...
There's reasons to believe he's respectable. There's reasons to believe that he's respectable. I think that's fair.
It's in the Diogenes Spooner podcast in the Mean Movie 2025 with
And I like
Now.
that I can just be myself. Like, I don't have to be as aggressive around him. Like, I can just
Ooh, Dr. Puma.
My only concern was, you know, that he'd stood you up, but you feel confident that he did not. You know, I gotta say, if I'm being honest, Nora.
If anything, I was taken advantage of by a random stranger that was like this. Not sexually.
I don't think you're saying sexually. I just think you know, my work.
Yo, Dr. Adams, I would love to co-host a room with you, man. We'll call it Hot Mic with Dr. Adams.
You know, really based
and
on
you will roast people and hot mic them with Jazzy or with yourself, but like you and Jazzy are the two top hot mics on this app. I gotta say,
which is great.
I love when you're hot mic. It's hilarious.
Who you say you are, who you
It's
are
hilarious.
perceived as, and who you are to be separate entities. You want them to be cohesive, coherent, and that's something that's rare, and it's something that most of the world rejects out of hand. But I think Diego is someone who doesn't really have an interest in having all of those things aligned. So I wonder, you know, what your perception of that is. But, you know, I'm not refuting your perception. You're insane, obviously. As Edmund has always reminded us, this is Clown House. So we thank you for the content. Yeah, good times. What do you have, Abby?
Nora, what we're trying to say is you're pathetic. You know, and don't forget, this is your roast. Like, the fact that you say, I respect him so much, I love him, like, you're pathetic. You know, get a life.
That is pathetic.
I have so much respect for him.
For what?
Nora, you did say that yesterday that you love the Jews and you don't hate them. Just
what?
Yeah. So it's whatever happened in the video was actually what she feels right now.
I don't want to speak about
Harry, just look up my profile. The name is subscribe_now.
No, I know about the video.
The name of the house is The Mean Movie
But I
2025.
know, based on what other people told me, that they're saying that I said this.
Again, my profile name is
and
now
they're
or
interpreting
is
it
subscribe
in a certain way, and
_now.
I'm like, that's not even like
Subscribe
in private. I do say
_
what
now.
I meant, but like on a recording, I'm not gonna say what I meant.
We also don't want to attack her
before that event,
personally,
a lot
per
of things
se.
happened.
We don't want to.
But it's fine. I don't recall saying.
Still can't find it. Can't hear. There's so many going. There's 5 rooms going.
As my
No, I'm saying I don't want to like be responsible.
the left and the right hand.
Because I
That's what
film
was
everything.
taught
You know, I
as a
want to be
child.
professional and respectful,
But I also know
responsible.
that I've been betrayed by a lot of.
Because you're talking about somebody who
This is
could
getting really
potentially,
boring.
you know,
I'm gonna go.
break the news
Abby,
again.
Okay.
did you want to say something?
Yes, I said I had a nap after.
Let me see if I can.
you left.
Let me look at your profile. I'll see if I can find you.
In my dreams, I was breastfeeding our son.
I'm back, BIH. I'm back,
Let's
BIH 12.
go. See? The sun gives life.
Hello. Yes, it does.
All right, so same plan tomorrow, right?
Hi.
Hello.
Same plan tomorrow.
Yes,
You get up in the morning, do a little clubhouse, little sun. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Nora told me not to sit in the sun because it will.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't want to.
It will make me look old.
Yeah, and I don't, that's dumb. Okay, but I just want to point out to you, Abby, just between you and me, did you hear the way that I asked a question from Nora? It's not an insult, Nora.
Yeah, I can find your profile here, but
I asked her a
I
very
can't
simple
invite you to
question,
the room,
like,
apparently.
without any additional qualification, the answer to
I
the
thought I
question
did.
is
Let me see.
yes. Logically, the answer to that question is yes. You were supposed to meet Diego. Now,
You might have that account
changed.
blocked, Harry Balls.
Yes.
Oh, no, there you
You
are.
were supposed to meet him.
All right, check your
You were
invite. I just
supposed
invited
to meet
you.
him. That's why you originally come, right? So at the point that you departed, it was with the intention, the supposition that you were
Hi,
going to
Noe.
meet Diego.
Yeah, but
Did that change? Did that change? Excuses were made. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Okay, but here's my thing. It changed. What point did it change?
Before I ever got on the plane.
We're listening to Diogenes Spooner cross-examine Nora Bandura and the Diego love affair.
Like I could have changed the date for 2 days later, 3 days later.
Okay, so but you see, so this is evidence. I think you still intended to meet with him. I think that's fair to say.
I think if I didn't get hospitalized, if I didn't get all that stuff happen, that Diego and I would have probably met like the second
So you
time.
traveled to meet him again. That's why you were traveling. So I mean, you're answering my question.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, you see how that worked, Abby? You know how fucking triggered I get? And I'm in a courtroom trying to ask questions and I get the same fucking bullshit. You know what this bitch said to me when I was cross-examining her? She said, no, you're trying to use my words against me. And I was like, yeah, that's the fucking point. I said that in court. I was like, that's what this is about. I'm using your words against you.
Are you a criminal defense attorney and are you licensed?
I sure fucking better be. I ought to be. I fucking ought to be. Why? You hiring? You fucking hiring? You got money for first-class tickets? What's up? Buy Abby a first-class ticket out here, and I'll fucking defend you. I will get you off the hook.
Come on.
Okay.
Based. She just said okay. She said okay.
Yeah, but listen, Dawn said it as well, and look what happened.
Yeah, but Dawn's on narcotics. Dawn's not a serious person.
No. There are multiple people who said that they would.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Nobody said
Princessia, I'm the supermod here, and I gotta encourage you as the supermod to save your money. Don't fly Fatty Abby out to see Diogenes Spooner because you're gonna need that money. You're gonna need that. Hold on. You're gonna need that money for commissary and also for Diego's commissary.
Commissary money. I'll send you some commissary money.
How about you use that commissary money for your ticket?
Yo, bitch, I'm gonna send her like $10. Like, calm down. Come on now.
Bitch.
Trying to be funny.
It's just how us black people talk.
Yeah, we know. I will put money on your commissary though. I've done it. I do it for my employees all the time.
I pray that I don't get arrested. I mean, I don't go to jail. Like that, being in a cell, a holding cell.
All right, that's not the point. We're talking about something else. What are we talking about? I was just trying to tell you.
I was reading.
Let me say goodbye to Abby. I'm gonna say goodbye to Abby. Okay? I'm gonna say goodbye to Abby. Isn't that infuriating, Abby? Isn't that infuriating how I start the line of questioning and she starts by lying, by trying to control the direction of the narrative, by making a making an unfactual claim. No, I wasn't going to meet Diego. Like,
No, that's not what I said.
fucking literally going to meet Diego.
No, it wasn't about.
How many hours have we saved if women were not allowed to testify? Oh my God. Allahu Akbar! I am converting to Muslim. I am a Muslim. I am going to be Muslim. Yeah. Fuck you. Put your fucking hijab on. You are not permitted to talk to a man. I will fucking slap.
That's Hindu.
Is that Hindu? Abby, how do I shut up a Muslim woman?
She's a Muslim Catholic.
Yeah, a Catholic Muslim.
Oh my God, that's apostasy.
Catholic Muslim.
That's apostasy.
Jesus was crucified.
Okay. Well, it's cool to see Nora's still alive. I'm sure we'll never know the real story. It seems like,
I think it's kind of funny how, like, technically you're all just a bunch of Jew-hating pieces of shit, like every single one of you. And that's like the one uniting thing amongst all of you. Regardless of how different you are, you all have this common hatred of Jews within you. And, like, that is at the root essence of your retardation. For all of you. It's at the root essence of low IQ stupidity. You may talk about Mossad and Epstein and other things with regards to war and espionage, etc. But call it what it is, espionage, or call it something else. It's not the Jews. I mean, it's stupid, you know? Like, it's at a root core of all stupidity. Because there's no such thing as word Jew, you know? There's no such thing as word Christian or Muslim.
Can we continue reading it? You know.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Princessia. Go, continue. Thanks for getting us back on track.
On love, it is so easy to lose oneself in distraction in a shrunken world of mass information, mass communication, and technology. It is easy to lose sight of the fact that...
Okay, this is where I, like, turn the volume down and listen to something else, because if I'm listening to Nora Bandura on a Saturday read a book to me, like, it's me that's got the problem. So, I'm going to put some meditation music on and let her get her talk therapy on, because I'm a compassionate, nice person who roasts with compassion. So let her get her therapy on while I listen to something better than Nora Bandura. And I hope you like what I play. You probably won't like what I'm playing, and you may want to leave the room and go on with your day. I'd encourage you to do that right now. That's just me. That's just my opinion. So, oh God, can you hear it in the background? That's the worst thing about Clown House is you can't actually turn the volume all the way to off. It's amazing how they do that, you know? It's like, what the fuck? Why can't I get the volume all the way down? Why the fuck is there just a little bit? You know what I'm saying? What do I want to play for you? Fuck. It's gotta be loud enough to override Nora Bandura. So let's do the Lakshmi mantra, because everybody hates Jews. A lot of people make fun of Christians. A lot of people hate Indians, though. I gotta tell you, there's a lot of racism when it comes to Hindu-Dindus. A lot of Americans really hate Indians. I don't know why. They're actually very smart. You may not want to go to India, but you may want to work with an H-1B visa software developer, or you may want to date an Indian. I like Indians because they're not Christians, they're not Jews. They got like their own insane culture and religion which transcends all retardation. It's like the super retards of retards. It is the Marvel comic books of religions. It's the everything, anything, you know, whatever. I mean, it's crazy. I've never been to India. I probably don't want to go to India. But a lot of people go to India and they can't believe what they witness. I could show you things on YouTube of India and you're like, that's from the year 1300. Like, they are still living in the medieval world. Just no technology, no nothing. Just incredible, just insane human conditions, unbelievable filth. Just the dirtiest motherfuckers you could ever imagine living in filth. Can't get out of filth. It's tough, you know, 1.4 billion people. It's intense. Nora Bandura has the privilege to sit in a house and read a book. Yeah, I'm live streaming this on 8 different YouTubes, X, I'm live streaming it on 5 different clown houses. I'm a mass distribution of love, of peace, of stability and equilibrium. And in the Nora Bandura and Diego love affair, we witness the divine presence of God. Because when a man and a woman are united in love, or Jew hate online, in a never-ending vicious cycle of self-roasting, of dandruff, of being fat and ugly and aging, Nora is so narcissistic, she thinks she's a 24-year-old looking hot. Right, just a couple minutes ago, she had a PTR of her up looking great. It might be the opposite. Bandura might give him herpes, and he might give herpes to his wife. That's usually how these things work. The husband fucks a prostitute, gets an STD, fucks his wife gets the STD, and then the divorce paperwork gets filed. But does it matter? I don't think she needs to file divorce because he's going to jail, and she's going to take over all the assets when he's in prison, so it's technically like a divorce. I just think it's amazing that Alvin Bragg, who brought down Trump, or tried to bring down Trump, couldn't get Trump, but he could get Diego. They both hate him, but Diego's the one who got fucked. She can read a book, ladies and gentlemen. This woman can read a book. What I like is that she's technically gaslighting people because she's so fucking ignorant and obnoxiously stupid.
But your time is up.
But, you know, I think she's kind of sincere or authentically retarded, if that makes any sense.
Now you must come back to me. This is because of the imperative of beauty. Justice is a precondition.
She's so stupid. I like how she thinks that she's like using my live stream as her recording device. That this is like her reputation management. That's what a lot of people think. They're like, oh, I gotta get on his podcast so I can fix my resume, fix my profile, fix my reputation, clear up my name. And she acts like real cute and innocent. But then you'll see the terror break out, the emotions of Holocaust, of genocide, of murdered babies, and starving people. You know why? They say that women with personality disorder are actually more attractive to men for some reason. But I think there's a correlation between beauty and personality disorder. But unfortunately, this old bitch doesn't have beauty anymore. All she's got is personality disorder. Are you trying to find the other room?
But the moment you start to pray, God is there to accept it with open arms and a welcoming
I wonder
heart.
what she's reading.
God reminds us in Surah An-Nur
Oh, God.
of the basic
Okay, I'm going to tell her she's got another 60 seconds. Okay, Princess and Nora Bandura, I can give you another 60 seconds on my podcast. Hate to interrupt, but here's, take another 60 seconds. Go ahead. Okay, that's 60 seconds. Wrap it up, Nora. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of the Me Movie 2025 starring Pepe. Thank you, Brincesia, for warming the room up with your heart-touching and warm and affectionate movie for the man you respect and love, Dr. Don Diego. A self-taught praxeologist, an economist, and a former paralegal and Bitcoin ATM laundromat money launderer, we want to thank you for helping us open our hearts to the possibility of love, equilibrium, balance, stillness, and silence as we explore the self and seek out the secret mysteries of the universe. This is the Me Movie 2025, starring Dr. Pepe. Watch, she'll leave the room. She just comes for the short-term dopamine feedback. I give her 10 seconds. Let's do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! It didn't work because I was unmiked. You weren't supposed to hear that part, Princess. If that makes any sense. If you didn't hear that part, you still wouldn't be here because we're still technically talking about you. Okay, Julian, I want to get your feedback on the room. What do you think about the live stream, love stream, Dr. Julian? Are you still with us, Dr. Julian? J-Lo, anything you want to add or say? No, you're good. Sorry, Dr. Julian. I thought you were asleep there.
So yeah, I was washing my face actually, but yeah, interesting room.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, the topic was interesting. I hope Nora the best. What we seen there was an unfortunate episode, but hopefully she's on a path to recovery, and yeah.
Well, it's nice of you to say. Do you just wash your face, or do you like wash your whole body?
Well, I do wash my body, but I was just washing my face because I just woke up from a nap like a few hours ago.
It's kind of interesting because like I don't wash my face anymore. Like in terms of just a face wash. Like when I take a shower, like I do my whole body. So I'm just always amazed at like people who just wash their face. But like I remember like years ago, like sometimes I'd take a wash rag before I go to bed and like wipe my face down, to just like keep my pores, clean and hydrated. Welcome, Dr. David Bobadilla. What a pleasure to be graced by the magnificence of the Dr. David Bobadilla. So, Julian, any other comments, questions, thoughts, or ideas before I end this production of the Meme Movie 2025 by Dr. Peepee?
No further comments. I just wanted to say, I guess the reason why oh my god, I'm getting horrible feedback. But anyway, I guess when people wash their face, just to clean like the dirt off, because in case if they're like acne sensitive or something. So I just do that as a precaution, personally. But yeah, you can boom the room.
Okay, thank you for contributing to the room, Dr. Julian. This has been the Meme Movie 2025, Dr. Peepee. I'm going to now change the room title one more time, and we're going to call it Roomy. And we're going to do a meditation. Stick around if you want. Leave any time that you come. Come when you leave. Thanks for coming. Oh, hi, Dr. Abby. Welcome to the Roomy Room.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
Oh, that's cool. What's going on?
much if I have like I think a little sunburn now.
Oh.
And I was tired because of the sun. Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, the room naturally progresses and things change, and thus people move around. This is life. Can I do a tarot card reading for you?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So give me one word to meditate on.
Love.
Okay, love. Your first card is Queen of Discs. Your second card is Queen of Wands. Your third card is Princess of Wands. Your fourth card is Lust. That's you. And then your fifth card is Knight of Cups. Your sixth card is the Prince of Discs. Your seventh card is the Lovers. Your eighth card is Success. Your ninth card is Adjustment. Your 10th card is Pleasure. Okay.
Wow.
Those are your 10 cards. Can you repeat them back to me?
The first card was Queen of Discs. The second card was Queen of Wands. The third card was the Princess of whatever. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't.
I'll be right back. Keep going.
Okay. I know, I was dissociating when you was reading. And then the last one was Lust or something. I cannot read all of them. I need to listen one more time and then I will. Queen, Princess.
Okay, these were your 10 cards. Adjustment, the Lovers, Queen of Discs, Success, Queen of Wands, Princess of Wands, Lust, Pleasure, Knight of Cups, and Prince of Discs. The first card, Adjustment, is the number 8. And it's like a woman with a sword. With a balance. So it's like the scales of justice and equilibrium. And then it has the above to below, and it's all in blue. So it's hermetic. So it's a trump. Above is below, below is above. It's number 8. And it's essentially a woman with a downward pointing sword. And 2 crescent moons, one up, one down, with 2 spheres. It's all spheres. And blue and green with a light yellow and a light green. And she's wearing a mask, so there's a veil. And it all deals with the scales of justice. It's really the sword of Damocles, which is what McZed likes. So justice implies adjustment. It's adjustment. So add and then justment, which is justice. The justice of the men. Add the justice of the men. Something to that extent. That's number 8. And it's a diamond, and it's 2 triangles reflected, mirror image. Again, above is below, below is above. It's kind of interesting. Let's flip it upside down and see what we see. Now she's balancing on her head, and there's 4 spheres surrounding her, and then 2 spheres above her. And the sword is upright, and it looks like she has wings. And on the left is basically a U. On the right is an upside down A. Or you could say upright, it's an A, and then I think the alpha. The symbol for alpha. I don't know if that's the symbol for alpha, but it looks like the Aquarius. I don't know the planets or whatever. I don't know what the symbols are. If you knew what the symbols are, you could essentially say it's adjustment. But when I look through the other cards, not every card has hieroglyphics. Like Lust has hieroglyphics. Lovers has hieroglyphics. Adjustment has hieroglyphics. It's kind of interesting how many variables there are on these cards and how you can categorize them. And that's why it's really like a computer system in the sense that it's like a gestalt, but there's categorizations of cards. I mean, there's trumps, there's swords, there's wands. It's interesting because it's a matrix essentially. That's what it is. It creates a matrix, and the more you work with it, the more comfortable or interesting it becomes. But it's not. I think people used to be way more into tarot cards because there was no computer science and computer systems of communication, and so this was like a way to essentially run a matrix for therapeutic or strategic purposes for what Dr. Diego likes to call the theory of action. It's like a really, I don't dislike him per se, because he's like but it's so easy to say, oh, he's an innocent dummy. No one's an innocent dummy. He's a failure.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a failure. I want to figure out a way to essentially financially free myself and avoid ruin.
When you do a Bitcoin scam,
Yeah, you can
try
create.
not to get caught.
You can create ruin. Okay, these are all the cards that have hieroglyphics. I took them all out of the deck. Okay, these are all the hieroglyphic cards, which should, in my opinion, imply significance. The first is the number 11, which is lust. Next is 8, which is adjustment. 6, which is the lovers. 2, the priestess. 13, death. 12, the hanged man. 3, the empress. 17, the star. 14, art. 5, the Hierophant. 0, the Fool. 16, the Tower. 4, the Emperor. 18, the Moon. 9, the Hermit. 20, the Eon. 15, the Devil. 19, the Sun. 1, the Magus. 7, the Chariot. 21, the Universe. And those are all trumps, which is unbelievable. I had never noticed that these hieroglyphics are all trumps. And I think, you know what the craziest thing is? There's a reason why his name is Donald Trump, and his middle name is John, because it's very mercurial, or above and below. John, the forerunner to Jesus, the baptizer, is essentially what would you call him, I guess, in the tarot. But anyways, he is the Hermetic tradition. Anyways, all right. There's more. I can't really explain that one to you right now. Anyways, so if we look at the other cards, it's cups, it's discs, it's wands, discs, swords,
There's no sword?
cups. It's all cups, swords, wands. Because this is. Have you ever played like a card game like Star Wars or Magic, or do you know what I'm talking about? How like they have these like
Yeah.
card games, like the Pokemon card game, and like the Charizard or whatever is worth a fortune. Somebody just sold a Cheeto lizard that looks like the Charizard or whatever for $90,000. A fucking Cheeto.
Wow.
So the universe card is number 21, and I'm gonna paint that. I have it up on my wall right now. I already drew it on the canvas, but to paint it, it's a lot of colors, a lot of lines. It's probably the most beautiful card in the tarot deck, the Crowley deck. It's called the Universe. It is a celestial woman entwined with a snake, and then the all-seeing eye is emitting light into the tail of the snake. Or the light is the snake, actually. The snake is essentially created out of the light from the all-seeing eye. And then in the corners of the universe is a bull, a lion, a man, and a hawk.
Eagle and...
Yeah, an eagle.
It's a man or a woman?
The woman is androgynous, but there's breasts and a booty and hair, so it implies like the celestial mother. She is black because the light emits out of darkness. And there's also a hook that comes out of the light, which is basically, I think, the Zodiac or the Zodi, which is really another name for Caesar. Because Kaiser and I think it's related. And then in the bottom, it's like, it's so weird. It's so hard to know what that is. It almost looks like a microchip, but it really looks like that thing in, what's that thing in Greece? The Parthenon or something? What's in Athens? The Acropolis.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The Acropolis.
Yeah.
And that's below. Above is the all-seeing eye and the universe. That's 21. And I think it's interesting that it's the number 21 because when you hit 21 years of age, that really is like the peak of your life. So that would be the maximum, state of body mind at 21. Like you should technically achieve the universe at 21. Because if on average you're only living to like your 40s, 50s, back in the day, in the 1300s, when you were 21, you were really expected to be, fully autonomous. Oh wait, did I miss some cards here? No. Okay, so discs, swords, wands, cups, trumps. Oh wait, there's a trump there? Oh, that is one. Okay, that's called fortune. That's number 10. And it's a sphinx at the top. At the bottom is the crocodile, and then on the left is the monkey, and the right is the snake. And it's number 10. So that's a important card. It's a trump. It's tied to a planet, which is the number 4. Do you know which planet that is that uses the astrological sign 4? It's like a curved 4.
Venus?
I don't know. Probably, right?
Hold on, either Venus or Mars. Planets.
Same with the number 4, which is truce, which is 4 swords pointing inward to the heart of the lotus, which is
Uranus
truce.
or Rahu? Or Uranus? North node of the moon.
So what does the word truce mean to you?
Like whatever happened today.
Well, what it means is making... Truce is the word truth,
Okay.
and it's sword. Yeah. It's 4 swords. True. 4 is the secret name of God, which is, again, that lion, the hawk, the man, the lion. but it's pointing inward to the center of the lotus, which is truth. So truth is truth, meaning that if you're a well-dispositioned person and you're, really well regulated and balanced, you don't just make a truce with the world, you make a truce with yourself. And so by going within, you recognize the beauty of your own truth, and which means you make a truce with self truce.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
just
like that, yeah.
yeah, you'll have to make a truce with yourself because technically you're like a split personality, and
Yeah.
so the Babylonian symbol is the chicken head man, where it's like it's called the solar logos, which is essentially a flying chicken with a man's face in the breast of the solar chicken. It's basically like an alien, technically. That's the way I would view it. It's like, did you ever see the movie Dune?
Only the very first one that David Lynch
Yeah.
directed.
Okay, so the David Lynch one, the highly evolutionized brain that lives in the fluid and can do the I think it's called the Transporter Guild, and they anyways, the point is like that's what I would consider
Yeah.
Like the supreme intelligence essentially. And so when you look at tarot, and you look at, I guess, like, Jungian psychology, which you could say is like essentially Freemasonry, and the basis of the United States is essentially that type of supreme intelligence, meaning it's pretty risky to fight the king's army. You know what I'm saying? You better have some fucking real intelligence if you're gonna start chucking spears at people, You gotta be really sure of yourself or really crazy. I mean, but which one is which, I mean, it's risky to start shooting authorities. So, I don't know, but that's what happened. That's what they did in 1776 and all the years prior to that. It's kind of a trip, to think that technically the King of England is like the dethroned king of America.
Yeah.
See, because tarot and
I'm
the
looking
Tao.
at the cards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of symbology here. I like the snake that oscillates. Oscillation is also in the brain.
Mm-hmm. They
So
did
there's a lot of symbols
in the little book. I could read it to you right now, but it tells you the story of how Crowley did his tarot, or how tarot. Just studying the history of tarot in itself is a lot of information. The Golden Dawn Tarot deck. Because imagine you're alive in the year 1850, like they were creating tarot decks, and tarot has been around for hundreds of years, and you got to realize smart people used it, and you're talking about the rulers and leaders of society were definitely using tarot at the state level to conduct essentially self-reflection or self-analysis, or using them as like a way to come up with probably better solutions and ideas for problems.
Yeah. True. I sometimes use tarot cards as well, like just to get inspiration what to do.
So listen to this. This is Notes on the Golden Dawn Tarot by Robert Wang. It says, the Golden Dawn Tarot is the only truly esoteric deck ever to be published. It is also the only deck to reach public view, which was designed for the exclusive use of a powerful secret fraternity, and which includes the accurate tarot symbolism kept shrouded in mystery for hundreds of years by the Western esoteric tradition. The members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn swore death oaths never to reveal the images of this deck, or the very fact that such a deck even existed. In other published tarot decks, there is some purposeful confusion involving the order of the cards, the attribution of the Hebrew letters to the trumps, or the symbols themselves. Those who issued the most popular exoteric decks in use today, Waite, Case, and Crowley, were members of the Order of the Golden Dawn and took their membership oaths very seriously. Of those who wrote on the tarot and the occult, only Crowley released some of the Order's actual secrets. He referred to the cards both in 777 and his extraordinary, though short-lived magazine, The Equinox. The Golden Dawn Tarot is of particular importance in that it is the deck from which some of the greatest esoteric writers of our age developed their ideas about the tarot. This is the deck used by McGregor Mathers, A.E. Waite, Dion Fortune, Paul Foster Case, William Butler Yeats, and Aleister Crowley. Israel Regardier published the actual documents of the order, including their lectures on tarot, in the Golden Dawn, 1937-40, and it is Israel Regardier who today, 40 years after beginning the project of publishing the order's teaching, has seen fit to release the last great secret of the order, the Golden Dawn Tarot. So there's more I could read, but
It's a good piece.
Yeah. Listen to this part. It says, in principle, the tarot is 78 pictures which are worth more than 78,000 words. They illustrate the energies of the Kabbalah, that body of sacred knowledge which originated with esoteric Judaism. Today, the Kabbalah, viewed in Christian terms by some and Jewish terms by others, and without reference to any organized religion by many, is often called the Yoga of the West. And those who would seriously pursue the meaning of the tarot must anticipate a lifetime of work, not unlike that which would be expected of a dedicated scholar in any discipline. So it's used to create, magic and balance and equilibrium. It all deals with the first word that you said, which is love. That was the one word that we were using as the function, I guess. They call it the querent, essentially, like the query of the querent. Because you're supposed to so if it's a meditation, you're supposed to state your assumptions or your, I guess, presuppositions or something, which is really your to-do list. Because it deals with action. Love is action, action is love, or love is balance, love is stillness. The point is you're trying to use this for an actual function. You know what I'm saying? Like mathematically when you create a function. And I'm no mathematician, but I do realize why people really study math. Because when you study math, what you're doing is you're learning an entire vocabulary, which is really very abstract. Remy is saying in the chat, IRS, weird to listen to this. A serious guy, usually troll. Yeah, I know, Remy. I've heard it all before.
Who is that?
You don't know Remy? He's this fat fucking European.
Oh, yeah, no, I know Remy. The Norwegian guy.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you come to the other room, Remy?
I don't know. He's just chilling in this one.
I pinged you in. Do you think that's fat? No, joking.
I can tell he's fat. He's fat in his PTR, but when he speaks, you're like, oh, he's a big fat ass. I'm just making fun of you, Remy. I know you may be fat, but I'm getting fat too, so. It's me projecting on you, Remy, saying I need to go to the gym. That's all I'm doing. It's not personal on a social audio chat. I think it's interesting how you can't fat shame people, so, but I think it's very lowbrow and also basically one way to just be annoying.
Wait, Adams pinged me into a room. The Nora Bandura and Diego love affair. That's your room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have you ever heard chakra tuning forks?
No, I want to listen.
Oh, it's pretty
cool. I
cool.
think I did once, yeah.
There's this, I was looking for it. I saw this guy, he had this ball with a stick. And he had this ball with a stick.
Is this yours?
No, I don't have. I just bought some of these tuning forks on eBay. I should get them in a couple days.
make Randy to buy
trade.
Huh?
You should make Randy to buy one. Because remember with the snake flute?
Oh yeah.
Well, it sounds nice.